Hello! You may know that I'm very passionate about rethinking how we organize our clinical value chain and our drug development value chain in general. And today I just learned something new that I think solves one of the missing pieces that I've had when it comes to how do you make sure that you have that kind of agility in your drug development value chain. Today I attended a course at the eSport conference about health technology assessments, and a brand new idea came from me attending that session. That is about usually health technology assessments is something that you would submit to your reimbursement agencies in the country where you're in, and they would use that modeling to set the right price for your drug for the context of that country. Now, health technology assessments are all about evaluating what kind of medicine do we as a society want to invest in. So it's all about economics, and it's all about ensuring that we get most possible value for a given population, given the drugs that are available and given the healthcare costs that the country is willing to pay for. But today a brand new thought arose, at least for me, and that is that you can use health technology assessments earlier on in the phases. Because usually health technology assessments is something you would do based on the clinical data that you have. So in the latest third of the line that you see below. But today I learned that you can actually use health technology assessments in the translational research phase. And you may not, of course, be able to get that same rigor and the same amount of data that you would have later on. But during this stage, you can start building your model. And you can enrich that model the more data arises. But in many cases, you'll actually be able to say, well, the drug that we're investing in, the drug that is so near and dear to our heart, will it ever be worth it? And in that sense, you can earlier on get that feedback that you would have in an agile setup. In an agile setup where you develop software, you would often look at, well, we're building something based on some assumptions, then we show the product that we're building to our customers and get their feedback. And then we'll adjust the product as we go along. So the same mechanism we're seeing here, where health technology assessments can be that way of getting that feedback, saying, well, we're trying to build this, and given all the assumptions we have of this, it may be ugly, but given what we know now, let's get that feedback from the market based on this model and see, well, will it ever be worth it? Will there ever be someone who is willing to pay the amount of money that it will cost to get this drug out to patients? And that way we can get a more efficient value distribution for any drugs that we develop in our whole industry. So amazing thought, and something that I think is worth thinking of as we develop drugs both in biotech and in